YouTube world, back at it once again. Instant Classic 8 here to give you a quick video. I've been meaning to do this for weeks now, but I think right now is a good time to do it because with Mania coming up next week, I'm going to be doing a whole lot of videos and stuff, so I don't want to misplace this video into that and not doing anything. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. This video is basically about former Ring of Honor, let's call it superstars, wrestlers, Nigel McGuinness and Bryan Danielson. Basically a simple question: who had the better debut? Before you go start typing, who you think, I'm not going off of anything past the night that they debuted on TV. So I'm not considering anything they've done on the next week or the pay-per-views or whatever. This is all simply on the television show, the respective show that they're on, who had the better debut. So, start off with Nigel. Nigel comes in. Kurt Angle's cutting the promo. He comes in, introducing himself. He's Desmond Wolfe, which is fine. A lot of people crapped on the name like they did for Bryan Danielson, but I don't have a problem with it. It's just the name. Comes in, introduces himself, shake his hands like, I'm a big fan of your work, and basically saying can't look forward to wrestle, can't wait to wrestle you. He goes away. Kurt Angle was like, I appreciate guys like that, young guys who respect the people above them. All of a sudden, Nigel takes his glasses off and then turns around and beats the crap out of Kurt Angle, like big time. Who saw this coming? Nobody. This was pretty big. I remember I read the spoilers, and when I read that, I was like, "Titan Kurt Angle? That's crazy." Later on that night, Kurt Angle comes out, calls out Desmond Wolfe. It's like, you don't just attack people like that. You gotta come out here and do it to my face. He doesn't come out, so he starts to walk back up to the ramp to go find him. Then Desmond Wolfe comes out, attacks him again, puts him in the ring, and just starts beating him down, even giving him the Tower of London, which is crazy with Kurt Angle's neck and everything. You wouldn't, think they would do that, but, this wasn't like a little cupcake, like a little cupcake cutter. This was the full-on Tower of London. Puts the steel chair on his neck, like, basically saying, I know who you are, but you don't know who I am, and just really made a great impression on the TNA audience, and, we all know where it happened from there. But as far as that night, he really put himself on the map. I mean, attacking Kurt Angle, that's pretty huge. A lot of people are upset about RVD, and the whole Sting thing, but, I think this is way more, a lot of people saying that it was, even with RVD what happened, it was impressive because he got a win over Sting. I think this situation was much more impressive because, Kurt Angle, and you attack him twice and, just pretty much lay him out as your first time on the show. That's pretty big. Then we're going to go into Bryan Danielson, who is now Daniel Bryan. He's on WWE's new show, NXT. The show opens up, you see the rookies and everything, and the Miz is there and basically saying for Daniel Bryan to go out there and cut a promo and show kind of charisma and basically that he has. He goes out there and puts over himself and puts down the Miz, whatever. And then Miz comes out and it was basically like, you may have been wrestling for 10 years, wrestling longer than I have, but you don't have what it takes to be a WWE superstar. Slaps him and everything. Just, pretty much getting him over, I guess you can say. That's the one thing I liked about this show, which is pretty much seems like it's just a show. It's like The Ultimate Fighter was for Kimbo Slice, even though he didn't win. This is like Bryan Danielson's version of that, just to get him over with the crowd and, get people to like him. They continuously put him over as like, being one of the top guys in the indie circuit for 10 years, being a longer wrestler than the Miz. They really, did that justice. And they do that promo and everything. And then later on that night, you find out that there's been a match signed for Daniel Bryan, and he's going against the world champion Chris Jericho. Wow. A dream match on the very first show of NXT. The match was nothing but 6 minutes long. It was very, very entertaining, I'll tell you that much. Daniel Bryan injured himself, with the ribs, trying to do a suicide dive and going into the table. Like I said, it was a fun match. Jericho bust out the lion tamer on him, just almost like he was going to break his neck. Danielson didn't win, but he was definitely, showcased in the fact that he was their top guy on this show, and that he's really gonna do something big. So, with both of those said, who do I think had the better debut? Even though Jericho versus Bryan Danielson has been a dream match of mine, and it went 6 minutes, I was fine with that. I enjoyed the match. I gotta give the nod to Nigel McGuinness, just because you come in there your first time and not once but twice beat down your go-to guy, the top star in TNA, Kurt Angle. You beat him down twice. That's pretty big, and like I said, that's gonna take him a long ways. I'm not saying that Bryan Danielson isn't gonna go a long ways, because that show is, like I said, is catapulting him to into superstardom basically. But the way Nigel came off that first night was amazing. I don't think it can be topped as far as like a debut. It's pretty good. Just give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Until then, Instant Classic 8, and I'm out.